Susie's like, oh, they're filming. Okay. Time to say hello. You're stuck now, Cat.
Mm-hmm. She's like, how do I get down? Fuck.
Hi guys, it's Saturday. Welcome back to the den. So we've had a pretty interesting week with us. Quite a bit going on. We had some stuff that we had ordered online to try and make all of this a little bit more spectacular, and
Yeah, so far we can't really use... We set everything up so that we would have this new setup with this new camera and all this other stuff, and like we keep hitting roadblocks as to why we can't use the new equipment yet. So it's been a little frustrating, and it took us a lot longer to set everything up to make this video for you guys this week than it normally would. We have like a GoPro knockoff that we got on Amazon, and we've just had a lot of issues trying to get it set up properly and updated and make sure that the pictures look right, and it's actually set up right over here. So if the film is usable, we'll show you a shot of this camera.
yeah,
right
we'll
here.
try and do a couple different angles back and forth so that way you can see.
Yeah, but we need to do a lot of testing on like white balance and colors and before we start using it for our videos.
Yeah, we shot a little bit of test footage, like me making dinner last night and stuff like that, and it's rough. I didn't expect that the camera was going to be spectacular. I mean, we got it for $60.
Yeah.
It was a steal, and then there was like a $5 coupon on it. So for $60, it's decent. I wouldn't even say it's great for $60.
Yeah, it's just doesn't seem like it's the greatest for indoor, which is obviously what we're going to use it for, but we might be able to, once lockdown and everything's over for us, we might be able to use it for videos where we go out and about or just other stuff that we would...
Well, one thing that it would be perfect for is like the little garden that we've been working on. So we started that initially as a indoor garden, and then as you saw last week, everything was disgustingly hot. We got new air conditioners, which are spectacular. I was like a kid in a candy store because I grew up kind of poor, so I never really had or purchased or experienced owning anything brand new like that. Like, it was always secondhand. But it's been absolutely wonderful. But the problem that we ran into is that there's no windows now to put all of our plants in.
Yeah, because we were going to move them from like window to window, and we've got 3 window units, and there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's 6 total windows in this apartment, one of which doesn't really get any sun, so that's 5. Well, let's put it this way. We would have had 3 usable windows for plants. 1 doesn't really get any sun. The other one's in this room where there's an air conditioner running in the other window. And then there's one at the end of our hallway on the landing that kind of goes up and then goes up the other way.
Yeah, so that one...
That one we've been trying to grow as much as possible on it.
Yeah, it gets a lot of afternoon sun, so we get... we've got a bunch of plants sitting in there, and they seem to be doing okay, but we moved a bunch outside, and we've got this whole thing planned out. We're going to actually, like I said, try and use the new camera, set it up, and film some footage of us outside working on that. So we do have a tiny little patio when you first walk in our front door.
Yeah,
but
it's more like a porch.
Yeah, you can't really, like... If we were to sit and hang out and socialize on it, we would literally be invading the neighbor's privacy.
Right.
She's got a great big bay window.
She's got like a picture window that sits right in front of it. So we wouldn't really be able to use it to lounge and hang out and stuff, because we'd be right... She'd be watching us the whole time. Well, I don't think she'd be watching. She's a sweet old lady, but...
yeah, you get her point.
Yeah.
So we decided that we're going to try and maybe plant a few... We're going to leave them in the planter, but we're going to kind of like arrange them. So you'll see. We'll do a video. Maybe we'll post that next week.
Yeah, that would be a good project for a den video. To setting up a garden, even though we can't really plant it in the ground because there's a gas meter right there.
Yeah. But there's a few different things that we've been tossing around for ideas. Like doing the tie-dye shirts that everybody's doing. It's kind of trending right now, so that could be fun.
Yeah, Jenna Marbles did a video where she used bleach and she just took like darker colored shirts and hoodies and stuff and did like a tie-dye type thing, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Now we have got other projects on the go. Like as you see behind us, the one window is all... I'm not sure how it's appearing on camera.
Yeah, I would say it's like a frosted, almost like the same kind of privacy film that you put up in the bathroom window.
Yeah, so we found this stuff on Amazon. It's by a company called Rabbit Goo, and when you look them up, all you get is dog toys and harnesses.
Like pet stuff.
Pet stuff. Yeah, not those type of harnesses. Pet harnesses.
Yeah.
But it's like this film, and when the light shines through it, it creates these prismatic colors all over the place. Pretty. And what I like about it is next door we have a car lot, so they've got all those like holographic streamers, and when the sun hits those, it reflects back on the window and just cascades like rainbows everywhere. And the cat loves it. She loves chasing light and stuff. So,
but we're halfway through that because we realized that we weren't going to have enough film to finish the second window.
So we had
to reorder more film, which just came yesterday, and we just haven't gotten to putting it up yet. So eventually they're both going to look like this. But this window faces out to the street, and we like to have some privacy and walk around with little to no clothing on. So that works out better for us because then we can have all the sun and everything coming in through the window still and not have to worry about
people spying on us.
I was going to say like harming them for life by them looking up and seeing my naked fatness walking around.
So one notice, we went out the other day and we were looking at it from the road, and you can still see in, I wouldn't say as well as if the window were clear, obviously, but basically the amount that you would if you had like sheer curtains up. You can see silhouettes, you can kind of see in, but
if you're standing right in front of the window, yeah.
Right, but more or less it's like mosaic, like when you've got those mosaic windows where you just, like almost blurs it out.
Yeah.
So that's, I enjoy that quite a bit. And now little Miss Suzie here. So we made her VW bus last week. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, check the video out. We'll put the link up here. But she loves that thing.
Yeah. All you did was, right when she was initially sniffing it out and wasn't too sure about it, you put some treats in there. And ever since then, she's been loving this little thing. And in and out of it, has taken little naps in it.
Oh, yeah. Like, we'll look over and she's in it, just passed out, snoring away, happy as can be. And she's got a bunch of little mousies and pom-poms and little toys and stuff in there now that she's put in there. We didn't put them in there. So she really, really loves that thing. So that's kind of fun and cute. And
Yeah.
So that's what's been going on with us this week.
Yeah.
And the rest of the world, specifically the States, has been going on dealing with some
very difficult to talk about subject matter. And I feel a little strange speaking about it because I'm a white person and I don't know or completely understand what folks who are being oppressed because of the color of their skin go through. So it's weird for me to talk about because I only have theoretical knowledge of what goes on. But, I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that black people are being murdered by the police. And a lot of times they aren't doing anything. Like,
no, there's no cause, there's no reasoning.
Yeah, the police are harassing folks and for minor things, and even when people are complying with what officers are telling them to do, like hands behind your back or whatever is being told, they're still being shot, killed, broken into their home and shot while they're asleep. It's just out of hand to a point where riots are now the only way that voices are being heard over the matter, because peaceful protests have been tried, and taking a knee has been tried, and nothing is getting through. Black people are still being killed because they're black, and that's really the long and short of it. And that's never okay. Killing anyone isn't okay, of course, but in this scenario we need to focus on what's happening, and that's the killing of black people by the police for no reason. You know, there have been many people. I mean, just this week we had a trans black man killed. We had the video, I think that was 2 weeks now, the video that was released of the two dudes that killed the black man for being in his neighborhood.
Been a couple weeks now.
And of course, the biggest one that most folks are paying attention to right now is George Floyd, who was pinned to the ground for 8 minutes by an officer, was repeatedly told by George that, I can't breathe, you're hurting me, I'm going to end up dying from this, and he did. He was literally pinned to the ground by his neck, a knee to the neck, and asphyxiated. And now there's a family out there that doesn't have their, you know, their son or their nephew or their cousin or their father or
there's no reason for it.
There's no reason for it.
Absolutely none.
And the thing that scares me more is that there were peaceful protests happening in Minnesota after this happened, and the police have taken to violence instead of trying to keep things civil and peaceful. They're out pepper spraying people, shooting them with rubber bullets, and a lot of these folks are not doing anything but assembling and peacefully marching and holding up signs. And
yeah, Congresswoman.
Yeah, there was a congresswoman today in Columbus. There was actually a group of folks, congressmen, city council, all that were marching, walking peacefully.
In solidarity.
In solidarity, and they were pepper sprayed. So there's force being used against peaceful protesters. And I'm not talking about those who are looting. I'm talking about people who are marching and being peaceful in protest. And I don't think that people that are looting should be shot with rubber bullets and pepper sprayed and all of that either. It's not for me to say whether looting is good or bad. When you're held down to a certain point and everything that you've tried to do within the realms of the law doesn't work, you have to do something to drive the point home, because we're in a scenario in the United States where folks are saying, stop killing us, and people are coming back at them with, but, no, not but, stop killing people. Like, it's plain and simple, and it's an absurd, skewed number when you look at the numbers of white people that have been killed by the police versus black people that have been killed by the police. It's an absurd number.
Yeah.
You cannot tell me that this is not racial. You cannot tell me that these are not targeted attacks just because someone looks like a suspect to you. It's
racial profiling is racial profiling.
Yeah, racial profiling is racial profiling, and it's gotten to a point in this country where, in the United States, it's gotten to the point in the United States where this system is so broken that something had to give, and guess what? It's giving right now. So we need to be vigilant. We need to be treating each other with kindness. We need to be standing up for what is right during this time. And we need to move forward and work to fix this system.
And it's something that requires the utmost empathy and understanding and caring, because it could easily turn and be everybody. Like right now, it's racial,
Yeah.
but
And-
who's to say it's going to stop at race?
Right. It can move to anything. It could be,
You're poor. You're therefore a criminal.
oh,
like,
you're poor. Oh, you're a woman, or oh, we know that you're gay. Where does it stop? You know, and it's scary. And right now, we need to be vigilant about standing up against what's happening and making sure that we make it very clear that what is happening is not okay. People don't deserve to die just because of who they are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. God knows my people have gone through hell.
Yeah.
So seeing what's happening to black men out there is just it just fucking breaks my heart because it's the same shit that
it's not just black men. Like you've got a lot of folks who are being like Sandra Bland was hung herself in the prison. I know, no, something happened. We'll probably never find out for sure, but something definitely happened. Like it's black folks across the board.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, continue.
No, I was just basically saying how I can understand personally because that's like my people went through that where instantly upon sight we're just assuming that they were guilty of an entire list of things
because of how you look or how you're dressed or the color of your skin if you look native.
Right. And my point to bring that up was not to take any focus away from what's going on. Just that
we're trying to prove
racial issues have been going on for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
And now we're at a breaking point where this shit needs to stop. There is no excuse for it now. The world is more multicultural than it's ever fucking been. There is absolutely zero excuse for the shit that continues to go on. And that's all I have to say.
Yeah.
And I don't typically talk about political stuff.
Yeah.
Because I get really
it's all right.
passionate and upset and emotional. Okay. But this is...
It needs to be something that we're getting upset and passionate about. It's all right. Because even we as gay people had to riot in order to start our movement. That's what Stonewall was. The police raided a gay bar in 1969, and we decided that enough was enough, and we started to fight back. The reason that we have a lot of the rights and a lot of things that are in place now was because we rioted, you know, and it's not over for us, certainly, but it's definitely not over for black folks and people of color and people of different religions. And it just, we need to stand up and say we're all human. This is not okay. People don't deserve to be treated differently because of who they are. People don't deserve to die because of who they are. And we need to address these inequities in the system that are allowing these behaviors to continue.
So I think with that, that's going to do it for us this week.
Yeah, I'm sorry to end it on such a low note or a sour note or whatever you want to call it. It's not a low note or a sour note. It's something that's happening that needs to be fixed.
It's a reality
check. There we go. Next week, we will hopefully come to you with a little bit of a happier video.
Yeah, like we said, we were planning on doing some gardening and stuff. So
yeah, we just needed the reality check, and we needed to address it on this channel because I understand that we're a bunch of white guys. Well, and then this dude here, the native. But it needs to be addressed, and we needed to talk about it, and we needed to make sure that our viewers know how we feel. And I'm speaking for us, but I can almost promise you that the other guys on the channel feel the same way.
Completely.
We needed to make sure that we said and we're heard by our viewers, that we're not sitting down and just taking this. We're doing what we need to do to make sure that we're standing up for what's right. So I think that's going to do it for us this week, guys. Don't forget to, as always, like, share, subscribe. Give us a like over on Facebook. Tell someone that you don't talk to very often that you love them. Even if it's awkward for you to say it. Just share the love and be kind always, because you never know what someone else is going through.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. See you next week.